It was one of those nights when the rain falls like it has something to prove. Heavy, relentless, cold enough to bite through skin. James Turner was driving through the back roads of Westmere, a place not even Google Maps dared to label. He'd been on the highway for hours until a fallen tree blocked the road ahead. The GPS went blank, and the storm got worse. As lightning cracked across the forest, his headlights flickered, and for a brief moment, he swore he saw something standing by the roadside. A figure, still as stone, looking directly at him. He blinked, and it was gone. When the gas meter blinked red, James realized he had no choice but to stop. The storm wasn't ending anytime soon. He got out, clutching his coat tight, and looked around. The woods were whispering, the kind of whisper that doesn't come from the wind. Then, through the curtain of rain, he saw it. A house, old, tilted slightly to one side. Its windows glowed faintly yellow, like lanterns in the dark. No signs of life around. No car, no path, no mailbox. It shouldn't have been there. But when you're lost, wet and tired, reason becomes optional. He started walking toward it. The door wasn't locked. In fact, it opened before he could touch it, just slightly, as if the house had been expecting him. A warm gust of air brushed against his face. Inside, it was quiet. Too quiet. The place smelled faintly of lavender and rot. "Hello," he called out. No reply. He stepped inside. The door shut behind him, slow and deliberate. The house felt lived in. Candles flickered on the mantel. An old gramophone hummed a tune that didn't belong to this century. There were pictures on the walls. Faces blurred, but every one of them seemed to be looking at him. And then, one frame caught his attention. A photo of a man standing on the porch. His porch, wearing his jacket. James felt his throat tighten. He turned the frame over and saw a date scribbled on the back. November 13th, 1975. Exactly 50 years ago. To the day. A faint sound came from upstairs. Footsteps, slow, barefoot. He froze. Then came the voice, soft, trembling. "Are you lost, dear?" James turned toward the staircase. A woman was standing halfway down, dressed in a white nightgown, her hair dripping wet. Her eyes glimmered strangely in the candlelight. "Come, you'll catch your death out there," she said, smiling faintly. Against all logic, he followed her up. The room was filled with mirrors, tall, cracked, leaning against the walls. In each reflection, the room looked slightly different. Different wallpaper, different furniture, and sometimes different people. James tried not to stare. The woman handed him a towel. Her hands were ice cold. "You should rest," she said softly. "You've been here before." James frowned. "What do you mean, before?" She didn't answer, only looked toward the largest mirror in the corner. In its reflection, James wasn't standing next to her. He was standing alone. They sat by the fireplace. The flames burned oddly blue. He asked her how long she'd lived there. She smiled. "As long as it rains." She spoke of travelers who came seeking shelter, and how none of them ever left before sunrise. "Why not?" James asked. "Because," she whispered, "the house doesn't like goodbyes." He laughed nervously, but when he looked up again, she wasn't there, just the empty chair, slowly rocking on its own. Then came the sound from beneath the floorboards, a rhythmic thud, thud, thud. He followed it to the basement door. It was locked, chained from the outside. As thunder roared, he thought he heard voices from below, pleading, crying. One of them sounded like his own. He stumbled back, his breathing fast. "What the hell is this place?" he whispered. The house seemed to answer with a long, low groan. Sometime past midnight, the rain began to fade. The woman's voice echoed faintly from somewhere distant. "Don't leave, not until morning." But James didn't listen. He ran down the stairs, grabbed his coat, and threw open the front door. Outside, the road was gone. Only fog, and beyond the fog, endless forest. He turned back toward the house, only to find it was no longer there. When sunlight finally broke through the clouds, a passing trucker spotted James stumbling along the road, soaked, trembling, and covered in mud. They found his car miles away, out of fuel, engine still cold. When he described the house, locals exchanged uneasy glances. One old man spoke quietly. "The house burned down 50 years ago, on a night just like that. They said it appears only when the rain falls hard enough to wash away the years, and the souls inside still wait for company. So if you're ever stranded on a rainy night, and you see a warm light flickering through the trees, drive on, because not every shelter was built for the living." The house that appears only on rainy nights, a true urban legend. Narrated